Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. However you are listening, however you're paying attention, welcome into Sports with Balls. I'm Chef Michael. March Madness is here, baby. I got some picks. I do have some picks. Gonna be fun. Gonna be a lot of fun, man. Welcome into Sports with Balls. I'm Jeff Michael, as always. Episode 295. Wow. Never thought that I would get to 295 episodes, but here we are. 300 will be coming next week with a special guest. Her name is Lauren Leal. I'm trying to get it all figured out, so y'all just hold tight until I get that all done. But it looks like she will be joining the show. All right, first off, today's show brought to you by Christian's Tailgate. Go to christianstailgate.com. Over and over and over, I say it, and especially today. March Madness kicking off today. Woohoo! I've got picks. It starts in 2 hours, and I've got a parlay that should hit. I mean, look, it's gambling, so take everything with a grain of salt. But I do have some good picks for this morning's games. Go to christianstailgate.com, find one near you, get over there, watch the games, eat award-winning food. It is a phenomenal place to go watch any sporting event. Also, Diamond Auto Spa, go to diamondautospa.com, 346-319-5961. Go visit Austin Bauer over there. Go to Diamond Auto HTX on Facebook, Instagram. Just go check him out, man. Specializes in point protection film, ceramic coatings, vinyl wraps. Detailing is just the beginning. Also, Josh Smith, Modern Home Improvement and Remodeling. Go to modern-homeimprovement.com. Free estimates, 281-949-8925. It's pouring down rain, storming today in Houston. Down south, man, the weather in the United States lately has just been absolutely ridiculous, which is great for me in a sense. I'll tell you about that all later. But let's get into some sports. Oh, man, but before that, you guys, look, as y'all know, every day on this show, we go over the national holidays. Today's no different. March the 21st. But let me tell you before we dive into today's holidays, there is a ton. It is wild. All right, I'm going to try to blow through these because, like I said, there's a lot of them, man. It is very, very interesting. International Day of Forest, Common Courtesy Day, World Poetry Day, Incredible Kid Day, Afghanistan Day, Big Bang Day, Companies That Care Day, Credit Card Reduction, Freedom Day, Egypt Mother's Day. Oh, man, here. I got to skip some of these. They're just, like, unbelievable. Eliminate racial discrimination. That's every day. Memory Day. National Beverly Day. For all the Beverlys out there. Okay, California Strawberry, Close the Gap Day. Crunchy Taco Day. That should be illegal because it's not a Tuesday. Flower Day, Fragrance Day, Farm Rescuer Day, French Bread Day, Healthy Benefits Day. If your name's Peter, it's your day. The one that I absolutely love because I'm a part of this is Single Parent Day. So if you're a single parent, it's your day as well. National Teenager Day. Look, man, I'm on my way to that part of her life. She's a tweener. Is that what they call them? I've got about a year and 1 month left a year and 2 months left before my daughter is a teenager. But it is National Teenager Day, Oranges and Lemons Day. I told you there's so many of these. Spring Break, Twitter Day. It's not even Twitter anymore. So is it called X Day? Is that what it's called? Vermouth Day, Down Syndrome Day. I told you World Forest Day. World Puppetry Day. So there you go. Like I said, my favorite being Single Parent Day. If you're a single parent out there, look, man, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. That's what I like to tell myself. Speaking of just keep swimming, man, Shohei Ohtani needs to just keep swimming about this media speculation and what is going on with this gambling I guess allegations is what you would do. This is wild. This story is getting more and more interesting as we go. All right, let me lay out the details for you. So Shohei Ohtani's interpreter apparently has been fired for gambling on sports. And at the beginning of this, the deal was that I guess Ohtani was covering his gambling debts, and apparently there's no baseball bets as of yet. This story is ongoing. All right, so at the beginning of this, Shohei Ohtani was covering this dude's his interpreter's debts over $4 million. Ohtani was writing checks to cover his interpreter's debts. Now, of course, they're making money hand over fist. $4 million isn't that much money to them, but to us as media people and or regular people, it is a ton. Ippy Mizuara, longtime friend and interpreter, was using an illegal bookie in Southern California. Gambling is legal in 40 states, but not California or Texas. So he's been using an illegal bookie, betting on soccer apparently. Ohtani was covering his gambling debts by writing him checks. Now, this was the original story. Now, and by the way, 24 hours ago, this guy was sitting in the dugout with Ohtani, laughing it up, having an absolute blast, no big deal. Let's fast forward to today. Last night, breaking news, Ohtani's interpreter fired for stealing. Huh? How is that? The initial report says Ohtani was writing him checks. Now it has turned into his interpreter was stealing money and $4.5 million from Ohtani. Now, cover up 100%. Nobody wants this to be true. Nobody. Baseball doesn't want this to be true. The general public doesn't want this to be true. Pete Rose may be licking his chops about right now. Did somehow, look, the rules specifically state if you're involved in any sort of gambling action, and if Ohtani paid his debts off, Ohtani's going to be in trouble. He could get suspended upwards a year. So this is really, really interesting. And you can see the cover-up. 100% you can see the cover-up. And it's Bauer's attorney, Mr. Bauer, never met or spoke with Shohei Ohtani. She declined to answer. This is Diana Bass from ESPN. Look, sources close to gambling operation told ESPN that Bauer dealt directly with Mizuara. This is the bookmaker who placed bets on international soccer matches and other sports, but not baseball, starting in 2021. A source said Bauer, who's aware of the name on the wire transfers. By the way, the name on the wire transfers was Shohei Ohtani, but chose not to ask any questions as long as payments came in. This guy Bauer apparently is the bookie. Source said Bauer allowed people to believe Ohtani was a client in order to boost business. If I'm a reporter, I am digging on this story. Now, I don't want Ohtani to be suspended either. I love Shohei Ohtani, but man, Ohtani knew what was going on. He's paying off a bookie. Whether he was gambling, whether it was interpreter, I don't know. But this is all illegal. All of it. 100%. This is all illegal. So he said, okay, so this is during Tuesday's interview arranged by Ohtani spokesman, Mizuara, who's the interpreter, 39. He's 39 years old, told ESPN that he asked Ohtani, 29 years old, last year to pay off his gambling debts, which multiple sources said had ballooned to at least $4.5 million. Mizuara said he previously had placed bets via DraftKings and assumed bets placed through Bauer were legal. I don't know, man. I do not know. He's been paying between $300,000 and $500,000 to his bookie, I guess, annually. Whoever this Bauer guy is, though, is loaded. He's making a lot of money off of Ohtani. $4.5 million? Holy crap, dude. I can guarantee you he's not a bookie anymore. I don't know how you get out of that business, but he made a lot of money off Ohtani or Ohtani's interpreter, however this plays out. But the original story was that Ohtani paid off the bookie. Now, the checks are written, and the money transfers are coming from Shohei Ohtani. So he did pay off these things. Now, the interpreter has flipped the story around and said that Ohtani had no idea and that he was stealing from him. Massive cover-up. Massive cover-up in this story. So we'll continue to follow that as it goes, but it looks like Shohei Ohtani is in a little bit of hot water. Unbelievable. And he's in the middle of a 2-game set in Seoul, South Korea with the San Diego Padres. The Dodgers took game number 1 yesterday. Padres come back 15-11 today in a hell of a game. Mookie Betts with 6 RBIs and a home run. Ohtani went 1 for 5. Incredibly entertaining game. Started early this morning, obviously, because it was in Seoul, South Korea. So the Padres take the second game of that series, so they split it 1-1, and baseball is officially on the map. The Padres are 1-1. The Dodgers are 1-1. Now, the most interesting thing about this is they're coming back to play spring training games. True story. Can't make it up. Opening day, the 28th, which should be awesome. That is Thursday, a week from today, Major League Baseball opening day. Now, this Ohtani story, I don't know how much we're going to hear about it. I don't know how much. There's got to be a reporter that's going to really do some digging on this and whether or not he plays bets on baseball. That's really interesting. It says there's no bets on baseball, but they are going to pressure this bookie who Ohtani's interpreter was using, Bauer. They are going to pressure him to give up some of this info. Somebody's going to do some dig deep in on here, or somebody's going to dive into it, and hopefully it's not as bad as it seems. But on surface level, this seems really, really bad. I like Ohtani, but you got to surround yourself with better people. Again, our initial story was that Ohtani paid off his bets, had nothing to do with baseball. Now the story has flipped to the guy stole money from Ohtani to pay the gambling debts. We'll see. I don't know, folks. I'm just here reporting, but I can tell you what I think. Damn, Ohtani. Welcome into the show. Those of y'all that's just joining us, put your questions out here on social media. I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. Questions or comments. My name is Jeff Michael. This is Sports with Balls. Of course, we all know what today is. It is the beginning of March Madness. Now, we know we had the first 4 games coming the last couple of days, but today is the actual tournament. Man, excited, bro. Excited. And it in 2 hours and 2 minutes from when I'm doing this show live, at 11:15 a.m. Central Time, Michigan State and Mississippi State will tee it up, man. I cannot wait. By the way, teeing it up, Tiger Woods, y'all. Got some info at the end of the show. Michigan State, Mississippi State, 11:15. Deuce Dunkus, I forgot how to pronounce that. That school, man. And BYU go at 11:40. And then Akron, Creighton. Look, it goes for 10 hours. 10 hours. And if you go completion of games, it's all 12 hours. Let's go down these. Michigan State, Mississippi State. They are in my parlay, by the way, folks. I got Mississippi State dead even odds to take this game. If you want to take the plus 1.5, go right ahead. But I like Mississippi State to beat Michigan State in the first game. I don't. Let's see. Do I have the BYU game? I do not. Oh yeah, I got BYU minus 9.5. BYU covers the spread a lot. So BYU is minus 9.5. I've got them. This is the early games, by the way. Akron and Creighton. I took Creighton minus 11.5 all day long. Akron's 24-10. Creighton 23-9. Good team. Now, this next game, there is a ton of publicity surrounding it. Long Beach State and Arizona. Now, you wonder, Arizona's minus 20.5, the second largest favorite in the first round. You wonder what or why is there so much interest in Long Beach State versus Arizona? Well, Long Beach State's coach has already been fired. Although he's still coaching, it's till the end of his term. So this guy, it's an unbelievable story. He makes it to the tournament with his team. They've already let him go. It is just it's a hell of a story. I highly doubt they beat Arizona. And I didn't bet on this because betting with your heart always gets you in trouble. But there are a ton of bets coming in for Long Beach State plus 20.5 because of the inspirational basketball they might be playing for their soon-to-be fired coach. Well, apparently already fired, but still coaching. It's an interesting story. So Long Beach State, 15th seed, takes on Arizona, the number 2 seed, and Arizona, a 20.5 favorite. Wagner, North Carolina, tee it up at 1:45 Central Time. North Carolina, 24.5 point favorites. 24.5. Let's see. I already told you I took Creighton. I already told you I took Mississippi State. I told you I took BYU. My next game that I took in the early morning is South Carolina. I'm sorry, that game's this afternoon. Let me go down. Morehead State and Illinois play at 2:10. Illinois is 11.5-point favorites. Morehead State's good against the spread, so is Illinois. I kind of left that one alone. But Oregon, South Carolina. Oregon is favored by 1.5. I took South Carolina money line. They're a 6 seed. Oregon's an 11 seed. Oregon's favored, but I like South Carolina in this game. I really do. Take the 1.5 if you want to. I took it straight money line for the better odds. So my parlay for the early games and the one afternoon game is Mississippi State, dead even, money line, South Carolina money line, Creighton -12, and BYU -9.5. That is your parlay of the day, and the NCAA tournament gets going. Go up to your local bar and support your bartenders and go get this party started for March Madness. I'm stoked. I hope you guys all filled out your brackets. Maybe next year we'll do a Sports with Balls bracket. That would be awesome. We'll try to get it done. 300th show coming up next week. Excited about that. We'll dive into more of that later on. Nevada and Dayton. Tee it up 3:30. These are the afternoon games, afternoon to evening. Nevada and Dayton. Nevada 10th seed, and they're favored over Dayton, who's a 7th seed. I will look into that game later on. And the way I look into these games, by the way, is I go to whatever gambling site you want to go to. I think mine's oddsmaker.com. I look at how they play against the spread. And there's all kinds of sites out there that do this. And how they are obviously on the road or in neutral sites. It's an incredible avenue to go look at. But that's how I do mine. And lately it's been working. Oakland at Kentucky. Kentucky 13.5-point favorite. McNeese, a 12 seed, playing Gonzaga, a 5 seed. South Dakota State playing Iowa State. Iowa State's a pretty damn good basketball team. Iowa State -15.5. St. Peter's, Tennessee. NC State, Texas Tech. Sanford, Kansas. Kansas is only a 7-point favorite. I like Kansas in this tournament. I'll look into all these later on. I told you my parlay for the early games, but these late games have some good ones too. And then Tennessee Drake taking on Washington State to round out the first day. And then obviously the whole weekend. The whole weekend will be packed. I really hope you got all your brackets in. I do. I'm stoked. It's going to be a fun day. Grambling last night obviously won their game in dramatic fashion. Good for them. And then I believe Colorado, 60-53 over Boise State. Good job, Grambling. Good job making it. They beat Montana State 88-81. All right. Look, guys, go to Sports with Balls on all of your social media outlets. My TikTok yesterday went absolutely berserk. Had like over 100,000 views and a bunch of comments about some Tiger Woods stuff. I posted a funny thing about Brooks Koepka. It was all a parody. It was all a parody. Let's just be honest. But it was Brooks Koepka trying to light a fire under Tiger's ass by basically talking trash. And I wish that somebody would. I really wish somebody would talk some mess to Tiger Woods because I need Tiger to do better. I like it when Tiger's good, and he just hasn't been good. But he is. News came out yesterday. He is in the field at the Masters. You go to the Masters website, 2024 tournament. Tiger Woods is in the field, which is absolutely phenomenal. Excited about that. Obviously, gets closer. We'll get more into it. Remember the LA Dodgers signed Yoshinobu Yamamoto to a massive, massive deal. $325 million. He didn't last, or he lasted one inning today. He got absolutely rocked. He trailed 2-0 after 9 pitches and needed 43 pitches to get 3 outs, leaving. He left the game today with a 45 ERA. That's right, folks. Now, I get it. First time in the majors. Probably the pressure to this poor kid was unbelievable, but man, 43 pitches, a 45 ERA, and he lasted 1 inning, and you're paying him $325 million. The Dodgers offense will make up for a lot, but you can't do that. Dodgers, Mookie Betts had an insanely good day today. Where's Mookie Betts' stats for today? It was pretty damn good. That guy, based off 2 games, I completely understand, but wow, kid went off. Let's go to the box score over here. It's 15-11 final score, as I mentioned earlier. Dodgers taking game 1, Padres taking game 2. Mookie Betts, 5 at-bats, 4 hits, 6 RBIs, 1 home run, 1 walk. His average right now is a whopping 6.67. His slugging, 1.1. I mean, Mookie Betts, early front runner, 2 games in, MVP. You know their top. Listen to the top 3 batters for the Los Angeles Dodgers: Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman. What do they all have in common? MVP, MVP, MVP. The top 3 batters on the Dodgers lineups is MVPs. It is World Series or bust. And not even World Series. It's World Series win or bust for the Los Angeles Dodgers. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. By the way, Manny Machado had a home run today for the Padres. They scored 15. They beat the Dodgers. Cronenworth had 4 RBIs, 4 hits. Good for him. He went 4 for 4. Let's see. That's about it, man. Those are your highlights. The big story of the day, Shohei Ohtani and his interpreter are in deep, deep shit. That's as best I can put it. I don't know how much of an investigation the MLB is going to dive into this. You kind of don't want this whole thing to be true. You want it to maybe go away. But if I'm a reporter, I'm really, really diving into this. I think that there's way, way more than what they're trying to spin off. At first, if you missed anything, I talked about this at the top of the show. Shohei Ohtani's interpreter apparently has stolen what they say now, stolen $4.5 million from Shohei to pay off gambling debts. Now, the original story, and 24 hours ago, he was in the dugout laughing and joking with Shohei. Everything was fine and dandy. And it said the original story was Shohei wrote checks to pay off his debts. Now it has turned into he has stolen and has been fired. We're going to see. Somebody's going to dig into this. Hopefully he didn't bet on baseball. Apparently he only bet on soccer and other sports. But somewhere in the United States, Pete Rose is licking his chops. Nobody wants Ohtani fired. Let's be honest. Nobody wants Ohtani to be suspended, to have to serve any sort of suspension, but this isn't looking good. And the deeper they dive into this, the worse I think it's going to get. Ohtani's in trouble. He had to know. He had to know something. 100% he knew his interpreter was losing money because the checks had his name on them and the wire transfers had his name on them. Apparently people have gotten a hold of this bookie in Southern California where it's illegal to gamble, by the way. His name's Bauer, or Bawayer. Interesting story. I will keep you updated. Go to Sports with Balls on all of your social media outlets. And when you're going to watch the games today, Christian's Tailgate. Go to christianstailgate.com. Find one near you. Drink specials. It's going to be on fire today, folks. In fact, lunch sounds good up there. I might go up there for a hamburger. Award-winning hamburgers. They've placed first in a numerous awards. Go to christianstailgate.com. Find one near you. Want your car done? Ceramic coating, anything, go visit Austin Bauer, Diamond Auto HTX on social media, or diamondautospot.com, or give them a call, 346-319-5961. Protection fills, ceramic coatings, vinyl wraps, detailing's just the beginning. And $500 off your remodel when you mention Sports with Balls at modern-homeimprovement.com. Call Josh Smith, 281-949-8925. All right, let's get to what happened today in sports history. There's a ton. I'm not going to get into all this. There is a lot. 1994, Wayne Gretzky ties Gordie Howe's NHL record of 801 goals. There's all kinds of Olympic stuff. I guess, there's all kinds of Olympic stuff. I'm not going to do all that. 2019, speaking of Japanese baseball players, right fielder Ichiro Suzuki finishes his career with a record 4,367 base hits. That's NPB and MLB, as Seattle Mariners beat the Oakland A's 5-4 in Tokyo, Japan. And Ichiro Suzuki called it a career, one of the best hitters we've ever seen in the game of baseball. By far. By far. What else we got? Arthur Ashe is nominated for the International Tennis Hall of Fame in 1985. And, man, there are so many today. But there's a lot of cricket. There's a ton of NCAA basketball. 1964, 26 NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. UCLA defeats Duke 98-83. Bruins first title and first title game, undefeated season, 30-0. UCLA went that year. Let's see. 1962, Philadelphia Phillies retire pitcher Robin Roberts, number 36. And in 1961, Art Modell purchases the Cleveland Browns for then a record sum $3.925 million. That's it, folks, in 1961. Now, granted, that was a ton of money back then. All right, guys, listen, good luck in all your brackets. I hope you got my parlay of the day. I'll do it one more time. Mississippi State money line, South Carolina money line, Creighton -12, BYU -9.5. That'll take you up to the 3:00 games. Go to Sports with Balls on all your social media outlets. It's right here on the bottom. If you're listening to the podcast version, which will be up right now, just go to Sports with Balls on all social media outlets, and I'll post my picks later on. But thank you guys for paying attention. I'm Jeff Michael. We'll see you tomorrow. This is Sports with Balls.